Here's why it matters in one line. A misdrawn map, honestly frozen, is evidence. An accurate map, reconstructed from memory, is not. The freeze is what protects you from quietly rewriting the past to fit the outcome. Step 3, the reading sequence. Now, and only now, you read in strict order. Geometry first, meaning last. 1. Name the geometry. Describe the spatial pattern in a single sentence without referencing any card's meaning. 2. Name the dominant zone, the area with the most weight, and start there. 3. Read the cluster. Turn clustered cards together and read them as one unit. 4. Read the isolate. The lone card is commentary on what the main group is avoiding. And 5. Return to the void. Look again at the empty space and name what deliberately did not appear. You end on the absence on purpose. Beyond the basic session, layouts fall into recurring shapes. Let me give you the first two. The split. The two distinct groups with open space between them. It signals binary tension, an unresolved gap. The rule? Read each cluster independently. Do not reconcile them. Then read the gap itself. What is protected by that distance? The spine, unevenly spaced line. It signals a temporal sequence, cause and effect. The rule? Find the anchor card, the one with the heaviest somatic weight. Then read forward from it and then backward. 3 more configurations. The satellite, connected by weight, but separated by distance. An outside perspective. Read the center first, completely, then ask, what does the satellite know that the center does not? The collapse, extreme overlap, overload, conflation. Slow down. Read each card individually with pauses and ask which card doesn't actually belong. The solar system, multiple independent centers, no dominant zone. Read each grouping as its own unit. Read the gaps holding them apart and don't force a single center where there isn't one. Step 4, the session close. This matters more than people expect. You restore your boundaries and neutralize the layout in 3 moves. The disconnect. Place both hands flat on the empty table and state internally that the transmission is complete and your boundaries are restored. The clearance. Gather all the cards and shuffle once with the explicit intention of neutralizing the layout's geometry, then pack the deck away immediately. And the somatic reset, wash your hands in cool water or shake out your fingers to break the bodily connection to the session's weight. You close the field cleanly every time. This is the canopy. What keeps the method honest? On one side, clinical discipline. On the other, the confirmation bias is designed to prevent. Map frozen before flipping. Not reinterpreting after the outcome. Voids actively logged. Not ignoring the empty space. Meaning locked and recorded same day. Not letting meaning migrate months later. And the single most important safeguard, the disconfirmation metric. Before you know how a reading resolves, you name it in writing exactly what would prove your interpretation wrong. A reading without that is indistinguishable from projection. This is the scientific control at the heart of the method. Let me say that one more time. The single most important safeguard in my Spatial Sight method is the Disconfirmation Metric. Before you know how a reading resolves, you name in writing exactly what would prove your interpretation wrong. A reading without that is indistinguishable from projection. This is the scientific control at the heart of the method. One more practice tool, the Dex Lexicon Drill. This builds your vocabulary on evidence, not memory, across 2 blind passes 14 days apart. Pass 1, blind. Shuffle face down, touch each card, log the sensation or image, then flip and record its identity. Then the gap. Wait at least 14 days and do not review pass 1. Then pass 2. Repeat the exact protocol with a freshly shuffled order. Finally, the score. Compare the 2 passes, stable, partial, or new. What survives both passes is your earned vocabulary, earned on evidence, not on what you told yourself you remembered. And here's where it all leads. The 30-day practicum, 3 phases that turn the method into a lens. Phase 1, days 1 through 10, calibration, learning to trust what the hands already know and training the difference between a somatic response and a cognitive override. The constraint? No questions asked. Phase 2, days 11 through 20, pattern recognition. The geometry begins to repeat. You compare maps across sessions to find recurring zones and voids. Phase 3, days 21 through 30, integration. The method becomes the lens. You bring genuine questions, test interpretation against the map, and close the field cleanly with a disconfirmation metric every single time. That's the method, root to canopy. Underneath all of it, here's what this really is: a disciplined way of listening to what usually goes unnoticed. The space, the absence, the thing that didn't appear. The table has been talking. This is how you learn to listen. Thank you so much.